Hello, cheers my thrifting friends. Welcome back. Welcome if you're new and this is the first time you're watching one of my videos. Ooh, the sun is bright out here. Well, it's a really pretty Sunday morning and my husband and I are getting ready to head out. Now we do plan on doing a little bit of thrifting, pretty much me solo while he waits, but yeah. We're also going to stop at a garden center, so we need to take advantage of the sales that are going on right now at Lowe's, and we have some gift cards. So we're going to pick up some mulch and some garden soil because we have a really large garden. My husband actually does all the starts for our family, like all of the tomatoes, peppers, eggplants, all the little vegetable starts my husband does for our entire family. But let me turn you around and give you a look at what I'm looking at that I need the mulch for, and some of my garden status that I need to address with these gift certificates. So let me turn you right around. All right, so this is one of my beds. A lot of my daffodils have already come up. So we have a deck right here. And we have like flower gardens, you know, cut in around the decking. So these need a good cleanup, a good raking, and you can see a lot of my lilies are coming up. How are your flowers doing in your corner of the world, all over, wherever you're watching from? Do you have any flowers that are coming up in your garden too? I'd love to know about it. Most of these are lilies in this garden. This right here is, I forgot what it's called. It's not a hollyhock. It's a really large, it grows really, really tall. This barrel is here because it catches rain off this gutter system. So there's the spout and it diverts the water into this barrel so that we collect rainwater for watering if there's ever like a drought season, something like that. And I've got another bed over here with a statue and some clematis, which is too soon for that to be peeking through, but we've got all these trellises that they grow up on. This lovely statue. We also have a bench here. So this is where we sit to throw the ball for the dogs. And this is a really large bunch of ornamental grass. Got some daffodils peeking through. Garden mirror ball. And then this is the north side of the house. So we have a little dog kennel here. Our dogs can come outside in a covered, safe, locked kennel anytime during the day. So we never worry about being gone for too long because they have access to the outside. But this is a shade garden. So we're not going to see anything here yet. This would be mostly hostas and trilliums, columbine, so way too soon for any of that to come up. But anyway, you get an idea of what I have on my to-do list for gardening. Just the back garden here, just the flower gardens here. So let's head off to walk our dogs first, and then we're going to go to Lowe's and get some mulch and soil and see what else we can find. Right to the end. Oh yeah. No, I was. It felt so good to be in this garden center looking at all these beautiful flowers. These are their first annuals that they have out, so they have a lot of different varieties. I love these. These are mini carnations. I think they're called dianthus. Look at that brilliant color. Oh my God, it just felt so good to see this. My husband and I are avid gardeners. We do have our own greenhouse. I think I've showed that in previous videos. And we use it. We use it for starting flower seeds, vegetable starts. Sometimes we'll grow stuff in there the whole season, but it can be really warm in that greenhouse. These are beautiful. I think these are primrose, right? Yeah, those are primroses. Those are really nice for a rock garden. So beautiful. Okay, this is, yeah, okay. This is really heavy. This is actually concrete. I thought it was going to be one of those are stunning. I thought that was going to be one of those plastic ones. Wow, these are so pretty, you guys. It's cold out here today, believe it or not, but that's not stopping us. Wow, these are so pretty. Let's look over here. Oh wow, look at all the color. Ooh. This way too. Wow, super tempting. So pretty. I don't know what my favorite one is. They're all so beautiful. So I have a, you know those vases you force a bulb, like a hyacinth or anything?
I thought it was an amaryllis.
I think you can do anything. It's just a bulb forcer. I'm just curious. Do they have anything? You know what I've seen? I've seen people do onions on them when they don't have a flower. They literally put an onion on there. So are any of these suitable for that? Or do they have any flower ones? I don't think so. It's not that season.
They do have tiny onions.
We have an onion. We could just take a sprouted onion and put it on there. Not a fig, huh? Would a fig work on there? That's a tree. That's a tree. Okay, Diane, come on now. All right, forget that. Cool idea. I want to put something in that vase so bad. Oh well. We're about to load up our mulch, but I just wanted to show you guys how beautiful the farmland is around here. It's just gorgeous. So much preserved farmland here in Hadley, Massachusetts. Really nice, really beautiful. All right, John and I just finished loading up all of our stuff from Lowe's. So I'm going to head over to this Goodwill right here. John's going to get us a coffee, and yeah, thrifting gods be with us. I got my bag. Hopefully I find a couple of things. I'm just going to quickly look really quick and hope for the best. So let's see. All right, let's park the cart and see what we can get into here. So the first thing I'm seeing are these two prints, and they're very heavy, very high quality, wooden frames, lots of detail on the frames. And I love the neutral print. It looks like they were made by Lane Furniture, which is a really good sign. They're excellent quality. I could definitely make some money on these. So in the cart they go, perfect for spring. I love these covered dishes. I look at them for myself mostly for organization. If I can use them, I really can't sell these in my store, but I do love looking at them for sure. This wooden creature was interesting. He had a lot of detail on him. Still had his original sticker. He was cool, but I left him even though he was very cool. And this pottery piece, I really like it. Pottery sells really well in my store. It's $1.99. It would make a really cute like salt holder, something like that. And this little duck was perfect for somebody's bookcase. I can totally picture him sitting on top of a stack of books. So we are taking those things. I was convinced that this was like something really special. Waterford, Baccarat, it was so heavy and so reflective of light. I am searching desperately at the bottom of this thing for the Waterford W or the Baccarat B or any signature, any marking. I was convinced it was so heavy and so beautiful. This had to be lead crystal. I was like, there's got to be something on this. Let me look again. Let's look at the top. I was looking everywhere. Sometimes they're signed at the top, sometimes on the stopper, but no luck. I left it. These were very pretty, mostly for their scalloped edges. I thought they were really lovely. There's the back stamp. So still a really nice manufacturer. They had a huge set of this. If you liked it, they had all the dinner plates, salad plates, teacups, saucers. They had serving pieces. So if this is your pattern, you should head on down. They had a lot of it. I love these two little bowls. They really caught my eye. They scream spring. I thought they were so beautiful. They're nothing special. They're only by Charter Club, which was probably like a Macy's brand, I think. But I just pictured my husband and I using these. It's just the two of us. So I like to collect bowls for salads. I don't know. We just love to make ourselves like little spring salads in, you know, like different little bowls. So I don't know. I'm going to think about those. I might come back to those. I was looking at that huge set of dinnerware. Is this fake spode or real spode? It's fake. I see so much fake spode out there, but I always check. Always check. I thought that might be silver plated, but it wasn't. And here's more. Is this fake spode? These are enamel mixing bowl set. This is also a fake spode, different manufacturer. Yeah, lots of manufacturers out there definitely make fake spode. These were just really pretty, but unfortunately that's a busted buddy with a chip there on the side. So pretty to look at, but not something to purchase. And this teapot was actually so beautiful, beautiful pottery, but I left it because it was just too small. It was a single serving. If it had been a bigger piece, I would have definitely taken it. All right, I keep looking and thinking about these. That means I have to have them. So in the cart, they're going to go. They will be perfect for our spring and summer salads that my husband and I enjoy on our deck, and I love them. All right, this bowl caught my eye because the pattern, I'm wondering, I think this might be my mom's pattern. She always puts it out on her table for Easter. I'm not sure, but it really looks familiar to me. So I am going to check out these pieces. They had even two more. I'm just not, because I'm not 100% positive. I'm going to have to reach out to her to find out if this is indeed her pattern on the table for Easter. And if it is, I'm going to grab them, but I have to hear back from her because they are between like $9.99 and $12.99 each. So I don't know if she'd want them that badly or if she already has them, but I did spot them. So let's see. This just got my eye for the vibrant color of the apple. Not a manufacturer I recognize, but the bright, vibrant apple sure got my eye. Could this be Balik or Terra? Nope, it's something else, and it's made in China, so we're going to leave that. Too bad. It really looked like promising This was really pretty. I loved the gold detailing on it, but unfortunately the hinge was broken. It was a very large trinket box, but the hinge was broken. I loved the design on the inside of it. That's what made it so special. So yeah, that printed design, what a shame. I would have totally purchased this for myself. Yep, a Cinderella slipper. You guys would be amazed at how many people have brought things like this into my store. My store name is Cinderella's. And I'm not going to lie. I bet you someone's going to bring that to me next week. Someone's going to be shopping in this. This store is only about 10 miles from my own store. So people see these glass slippers and they bring them to me all the time. I have the neatest collection over the years of owning my store full of Cinderella slippers. I see these glass dishes out in the wild all the time. I constantly question myself if these are vintage or not. I don't know. Should I leave them? Should I not? What are those? Okay, I saw this cookie jar, and for $7.99, I'm like, if this is not a hobbyist piece, I'm going to look this up online. And I did, but it has a chip. It does have a chip right there. See it? See the chip? I saw that in a minute, but I'm looking carefully right now. It was made by Jolly G. I did look this for comps on eBay, and it sells for like $30 on eBay, but because of the chips, I left it. Could this be Lenox? I think I recognize the color of this porcelain. It has a very distinct color, and yes, it is indeed Lenox. I was very pleased to find this. It was only $3.99. It's a nice little mid-sized trinket bowl. It has a beautiful embossed design on the inside and a cut porcelain on the outside, which is hard to find. I don't find a lot of Lenox pieces that have that cutout design. So we will definitely take this and put it in the cart. I love this. $7.99. Listen to the sound of this wind chime. Is that the most peaceful thing? Very lovely. These are lighthouses at the bottom. This one was a lighthouse at the top. It was not in good condition. It was kind of a busted buddy, being all tangled. It sounded very tinny. Yeah, not the vibe. This one, that's the vibe right there. Yes. But I left it. I have so many pairs, and it's too much for me to try to resell. Here's some more busted buddies. We'll leave those behind. These plastic figurine wall plaque things, these are really popular for mid-century modern, if that's what you collect. These were beautiful. I absolutely loved the fern imprint on these. They were very heavy, but at $1.99 each, even at half price, at $1 each, because red was the half price color, still way too much money to make any money. These are very nostalgic for me. My first apartment, I had an electric spiral element stove, and I had something extremely similar on my stove. Oh boy, could these be Johnson Brothers? Could these be matching the bowls I just gave Chris from Worthington Home? Nope, they're not, but boy, do they look similar. I was getting excited. I was like, could I be getting more pieces for her? No, it's not. Somebody donated their entire margarita sangria setup. I don't know what's going on here, but somebody donated the whole thing. It looks straight out of Pier 1. Remember Pier 1 Imports? This whole sangria margarita set is at the Amherst Goodwill if you're needing one for your patio this summer. It's beautiful. I always like to look at globes. I do sell them. They're pretty popular, but unfortunately this one is just plastic, so we left it. This piece was stunning. What a shame it was missing its top. I debated purchasing it just to like water my plants or something. It was a beautiful studio piece with a gorgeous, gorgeous glaze, but I would really want to sell it, and it was missing its top, and that was such a shame. These salt glaze mugs were incredible. I wish these were jugs. This color salt glaze in a jug is like, you cannot not sell it. It is so popular right now. The farmhouse look in this neutral color.
These were $3.99 a piece. This one had a flaw on it. I didn't quite show it right on camera, but it had a crack down the side. So I left that one, but I did grab one of them, and they were so thick and so heavy, so amazing. Yeah, we're definitely taking this in the cart. This caught my eye. Very ethnic looking piece. It looked like it was made in Mexico or Portugal. It had some original sticker on it, which I did not understand, but it caught my eye for the design. I really liked it. This was interesting too, this double dolphin thing. It probably was a souvenir from a tropical vacation, I would imagine, but it just caught my eye for being so unusual. So cool. Great souvenir piece. Still hoping for some Waterford or Baccarat in my dreams. Cute little piece of studio pottery. I didn't grab it because the blue glaze doesn't really sell well. If it had been green, I would have taken it. This was a treasure. What a beautiful piece. Look at that arsenic green interior. That is the color that is referred to as arsenic green, and it is so cool, but the hinge was broken. What a shame. What a treasure. I would have totally bought this for myself, but it was $20, and with the hinge being broken, plus there were a couple of pieces missing out of that shell design on the cover. You know, even though these are lacquered pieces, those shells can fall off. You can see it's missing a couple pieces. What a shame. When this was new, it must have been stunningly beautiful. It's a really, really nice piece. If you love this style and this era, I do, but I left it and admired it. It was very, very pretty.
All right, you guys, I picked up a few little goodies, not a lot. My total spend here was $31.78. So I got a few things, some cute stuff. I will pack it up in the car, whatever room is left in the car. Hopefully John got us a really good coffee. And let's head home and take a look. All right, we are back, but if we're going to do a proper haul, then let's include the car full of stuff we got from Lowe's. So we got a bunch of bags of this flower and vegetable garden soil, and a bunch of bags of the mulch, because we have a lot of areas, as you can see, that we put a lot of mulch down. So this is a pile of stuff that just means a pile of work for John and I, but that's okay. We both love gardening, so we'll get to ripping these bags open real soon. All right, we are back. We are at my kitchen island, and I'm just going to show you a couple little things I got from the Goodwill. Hi, Nina. Nina's here. Hey, little girl. Aww. Are you tired from your walk? You want to come up and say hi? Are you tired from your walk? Oh, all right. Let's come up and say hi. Oh, little girl. Oh, isn't she the sweetest? Oh, we had a nice walk today, and they were hungry. You know, you can really tell when you take your dogs for a walk, they get so hungry when they come back home, just like us, right? All right. Hold on. I'll play with you in a little bit. Hold on. All right. Anyway, enough of the puppies. Okay. So I didn't really get that much. I have to be honest. I don't really go to Amherst, Northampton too much. It's really hard to find stuff. And I think it's because there's so many vintage stores in the Amherst, Northampton, Hadley area. It's just, there's so many vintage stores that I think these people are out picking professionally, probably most days. So it's really hard. And I think the people that work there are connected to that too. So anyway, once in a while you can find a couple gems. And I wasn't really in the market for any big restocking. I just wanted to have fun. So let's look at what I got. So the first two things I got were for me. And I love these bowls. So, whoops, let me get this one facing a little bit. Aren't these pretty for spring? I love them. Oh, they have such a pretty spring feminine design on them. So I like having bowls like this. If I'm being honest, like it's just my husband and I for dinner, and we love to eat a big salad for dinner. So these bowls are perfect for that kind of thing. And they're modern. They're not vintage at all. So I think they're from Charter Club. And they were $3.99 each. Actually, I probably already told you on my way out the store, but I spent $31.78. So $31.78. Not cheap, not like it used to be. This piece I am going to sell in my store. It is a piece of Lenox, so it's a really beautiful Lenox bowl with this cutout. I don't see that very often with Lenox, where it has like these cutout pieces. Oftentimes I'll see Lenox with like an embossed design on it or something like that, but it has the original new sticker on it too. So it's got the Lenox gold stamp, but it's also got the original, you know, as sold in store sticker. So it does have an embossed design on the inside, if you can see that. But yeah, it's just this really pretty bowl. And it was, like I said, $3.99. I can definitely make some profit on this. And it's very pretty and very classic. Lots of people grab these just to put in, like on bathroom counters or bookshelves or just anywhere you need a little trinket bowl that's really classic and really pretty. So this salt glaze mug is amazing. They had two of them, but the other one, I think it had like a flaw in it. It seemed like it had a flaw, some kind of flaw in it. But this is really beautiful, super heavy. I wish it had a design on it, like those beautiful blue flowers, but even as a plain salt glaze mug, it's super thick, super heavy. It was only $3.99. It does have a stamp right here. I don't know if any of you know what that stamp means. I don't know what that stamp means, but you can see the texture in this pottery, and it's so thick. It's a really heavy, thick, good size mug. So a lot of people collect these salt glaze mugs and really enjoy them. I myself love them too. And then I just found this cute little piece of pottery. It's just a small, it was like $1.99. It's just a small little, it says USA on it. So I'm curious what pottery manufacturer that would be. But I mean, something really cute to like hold guacamole or something, you know, just something cute. A lot of people love little cute things like this. And then speaking of something small and cute, look at this duck. I picked him up. He is perfect for a bookcase. He's like cleaning himself or ruffling his little feathers. Oh, I thought this was so cute. This was also $1.99. Yeah, that's the back of him. So he's got a lot of good texture on him, a lot of good color. He's really sweet. I think he's sweet. I think he would look really sweet in somebody's bookshelf. Right on top of a bunch of books, this would be the perfect bookshelf little figurine. All right, so these next two pictures I picked up. These were $3.99 each, a little bit more than what I like to pay for a resell, but they are really well made. They're very high quality. They're not cheap at all. They're very heavy. They have thick wood frames with lots of detail, you know, in the molding of the frame itself. And the picture itself is, excuse the price tag, but they look very watercolor and ethereal, very spring. They would be lovely as a pair in somebody's bathroom or like a small hallway space. I know I say this probably often, but I definitely sell a lot of smaller sized artwork because people pick these up for their smaller size spaces. Like they want to upgrade or change out their bathroom or their hallway or a bookshelf. So these were originally, it looks like they were made by Lane Furniture. I didn't know that Lane Furniture made artwork, but so I grabbed both of those. I think they're really cute. And the last thing I picked up was this runner. So this is the only linen that I got. But this is very seasonal. All this stuff always makes me want a beach house, honestly. I know. It's my dream house is for sale right now in the dream town that I want to live in. I probably already mentioned this. It's still for sale. It's just there. It taunts me on Zillow. Oh well. Anyway, this was a really long runner. So this is folded in half. This is really long. That's the flip side of it, which is definitely the wrong side. So this beautiful saturated blue seashell linen like runner. Yeah, I think I got this for $1.99. So that's right in the price range I like to pay for linens to resell them. So that's it. That was a fun way to spend a few hours on a Sunday. I hope you enjoyed watching the video. And I don't really have any styling for you because it's Sunday and I'm not going to be at the store for a couple of days. Excuse me. And yeah, we're just going to kick back the rest of the day and have fun. So I just wanted to update you guys on that Enamelware and how I display it in my kitchen. I only have these 3 pieces. I started collecting it maybe like 7 months ago. This is what I had when I was a young girl. When I first moved out, I used to have these pieces on my stove in my very first apartment, but I found this piece first. And I found this one in Connecticut somewhere when I was thrifting. This is what started it, like 7 months ago. And then I found this one next. I found this one in the flea market next to my store. So as you guys know, if you've watched my videos before, you know that I own a consignment store and it's next to a pretty good sized flea market on Route 202 in Granby. That's in Massachusetts. And then this is the latest piece I just picked up when I went thrifting with Chris from Worthington Home. This was the piece I picked up for myself. It's really pretty. It fits in really nice right in the middle here. It's like a little simmer pot. So that's where I keep them. That's where I display them, right on top of my stove. I think it makes the kitchen look really pretty and I really love them. What do you think of my collection? Do you guys ever see this stuff when you're out thrifting? If so, send me a picture. Make me jealous because I love this stuff. I think it's awesome. So we'll see you real soon. We'll see you in the next one. Happy thrifting. Have a good time when you're out there thrifting and leave me a comment below. What have you found recently thrifting? You got any fun treasures to share with me? I would absolutely love to see pictures or hear from you all. So thanks for watching. We'll see you soon. Happy thrifting.